Hello there. My name is Martin Bresniak, student ID 216934358, and this is my video for the final project for EECS 3311. Now, unfortunately, due to time constraints and me struggling quite a bit and trying to get it working, I unfortunately was unable to have a GUI hooked up to my program. Therefore, I've created sort of a demo class to show off the features of my code, because my code still does work and I have everything there. It's just not hooked up to a GUI. That's pretty much it. So I'll be showing that off. So when the code starts, the admin is required to do a little bit of setup. They have to create the stores. They have to make the items that go into the item catalog that the stores can pull from and do all that stuff. And at the beginning here, that's everything that is done. So the admin will make 2 stores and will make 4 different items. Then the admin can add those items to those stores. So he adds the first 3 items to store 1, and he adds the last item to store 2. As you can see in right here, he gets the store list and then goes there. And then if I go ahead and print off those 2 things, you can see they appear at the bottom, and you can see store 2 has only 1 game, and store 1 has 3 games, and store 2 has 1 game. However, you can notice they all have no availability because he basically just added them to the store, but hasn't actually added any supply to them. So then the admin can go ahead and add supply to those items. And this is something the manager can do as well. So he adds supplies to the items, and then if we reprint those, you can see now the items have availability. 2 and available 1. Alright, then the admin can add managers to the store. So he adds 2 managers to the store, and he adds those in, and then if we print them off, there we go, we can see the 2 admins showed up from the get manager. And the admin can do pretty much all that sort of stuff. Now it's time to get on to what the customer can do after the admin has done all that setup. So first things first, obviously, the customer needs to log in order to get access to the features of the program. So if they try to get a name, they will receive a message saying you got to make an account. If they try to log out of an account they aren't even logged into, they will also receive the same message. If they try to search up any items, the same thing happens. So now they are going to go ahead and create an account. So they're going to make a username, a password, and then now they are logged in. So it just logs them in basically immediately after creating their account, and now they have now they can go ahead and get their name and password. So everything is all fine and dandy. So now they can, if they so desire, they can change their username or change their password. So to do that, so they can change it to Emil123, they can flip their password around, and now if they get their name and password, same thing applies. So now they can actually go ahead and log out of the system, and if they try to get their name now, they will receive that they need an account for this feature. Yeah, they pretty much need an account for this feature, and they also return null since you don't get anything. So then they go ahead and log back into their account, and if they get their name and password, everything is all good. Now, they have the option to search up the stores that are available in the system. So if they go ahead and do that, they receive the 2 stores that were created by the admin earlier. You can see the addresses line up. So now they can go ahead and actually, first things first, they can go ahead and they can actually grab one of those stores and make it their favorite store. And then and then you can see now they chose the first store, so now they have their favorite store. Now, after they set up their account, they got a favorite store, they want to go ahead and start doing some shopping. So if they go ahead and try and just straight up use a search item, it's not going to work because they must basically start up the shopping system first. So after they do that and they input what store they want to use, which can be their favorite store if they so like, it welcomes them to the store and they can begin searching up items. So first things first, they want to search up an item name. They first want to search up an item by name. So they are looking for the item Donkey Kong Frozen Ape. And as you can see, there's actually 2 of those items in that store. There's a video game version and a used video game version. So if they search it by name, both those items are going to show up. So you're going to see the first one, and then you're going to see the used one, which is at a lower price. Then they can go ahead and search up games by category. So if they look up any item by the category video game, which as you can see in our item list, we have we only have 2 items with video game. We have this item and this item. This item's in the second store. So if I go ahead and run that, it will return only the video game version of this time and not the used video game version, and it will show the other one. So we got Knack 2 and Donkey Kong Frozen Ape. So next up they have, so now, and just to prove that that second item is not in the store, if they try to search that up, they're going to receive nothing back. So now they want to go ahead and add Donkey Kong Frozen Ape to their cart. So they can go ahead and add an item to their cart, and there we go. So now that item is in their cart, and let's say they want to change store location. So they decide to change to the second store. If they change stores, it welcomes them to that new store, and you can see that Donkey Kong Frozen Ape is still in their cart. So now they go ahead and search that store for different video games, and you can see now the Super Mario Bros. 2 video game shows up. So now they can go ahead and add that game to their cart, and if they print that off, they can see they have now both Donkey Kong Frozen Ape and Mario Bros. 2 in their cart. So now let's say, for whatever reason, the customer accidentally logs out of their account. Let's say they actually, click the log out button or something. So they end up logging out of their account, and they're like, uh-oh, didn't want to do that. So they log back into their account, and thankfully if they grab their shopping list, everything is still intact. So they don't have to worry about a thing. And now let's say last minute before they decide to go check out, they want to remove the first item from their cart. So they can go ahead and remove that. And now if we print off their cart, they only have the second item in their cart instead of the first one because they got rid of it. And so yeah, that is basically a demo of my program, and thank you for watching.